But let's move on to the NFL, where there is a lot that is in play, including a 5-10 team and a 6-9 team that are playing for the potential to have a playoff spot. Brett, this NFC East has been abysmal all year, and it's been the butt of the joke for the entire league all year. But the reality is, there's going to be a team that is at most 7-9 as the 4 seed in the NFC this year. And it's a joke, but it's a fact. And if the Giants do it at 6-10, that would set a record. But also traveling to New York would be interesting to do in the playoffs, and I don't know if I'd want to do it. I We've said this before. I'm not ashamed of my fanmanship necessarily. I'm not going to pretend that I'm not a Giants fan. I am. I've grown up a Giants fan. So I'm going to bet the way that I'm going to root this weekend in this, and that means I'm taking the Giants money line at plus 110 over the Dallas Cowboys, because the Giants or Dallas both have a shot, but they both would need Washington to lose to Philly in Sunday night. So I'll also be taking Philly at plus 104 in that Sunday night matchup. But the Giants need a little bit of help. Jalen Hurts seems like the best quarterback in the NFC East right now for Philadelphia, so I'm betting on that in Sunday Night Football. And Giants-Cowboys is always just a absolute brawl of a game, and I'm excited to watch that.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta feel good that it's a home game Higgins, more or less for the division. So you gotta feel good at that, and a home dog. Sure, why not? Why not bet on the Giants? A huge game, biggest game of the year.
And it's always great to bet against the public. 74% of the money is on Dallas' spread at minus 2.5.
There you go. So maybe you'll build the Higgins casino. There you go.
Maybe.
That's the dream.
So what do you like with this weekend, though? It's a very interesting Week 17 because there's some teams that are playing for a lot, and then there's some that it'll be a big question mark on who actually gets up to play.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right. You mentioned you're on the Philly-Washington game. I'm on Philly-Washington also. Another meaningful game in the NFC East. Philadelphia is plus 104. You said that's where you're at. I like taking points, Higgins. I don't like giving points back to the sports book. So I'll be on them on the plus 1.5. And that saves our pillars a little bit there, because technically Philadelphia could still lose the game, so we're betting on different things. So
Absolutely.
pillars are safe. Good. And then you mentioned some teams aren't playing for very much. You're right. The Raiders and the Broncos are not playing for very much, Higgins. But you know who will show up? The altitude. The altitude will show up, and Denver getting plus 2.5. It just feels like Denver wins that one. But again, I like taking the points, so I'll take Denver plus 2.5 at home for nothing.
You are absolutely right, Brett. The altitude is always there in Mile High Stadium, so plus 2.5 in Week 17. I like it. Neither team has much to play for, so why not bet on the young, charismatic Drew Lock? If that's who starts for Denver, but you never know with these games.
Yeah, that's a fair point. You never know, but I'm not really too concerned about who's playing quarterback for Denver, because Fangio's going to run it and play defense anyway.
Well, there's a few other interesting games that are going on that have either seeding implications, maybe wild card implications. The Tennessee-Houston game, I like. Right now, that line's sitting at 7.5, though, Brett, in favor of Tennessee. So I would wait to see if that got under a touchdown if I were to touch that. But I'm staying away from that right now. What do you think about your Jets being only 3.5-point dogs in New England in Week 17?
I mean, I guess if they start Stidham, anything's possible. I don't think we're going to lose to a Cam-led Patriots team, but I don't know. I mean, the Jets could end the year on a 3-game winning streak, Higgins.
And the good news is you could win this game and the Jets wouldn't move in draft spots. They couldn't fall down to 3. So luckily, whether it's 2 wins or 3 wins, maybe ride out on a high note. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It seems like a lot of back doors are wide open this week. Jacksonville plus 14. I actually see them at plus 14 and a half over on the East Coast here. So, that feels like it's open as a backdoor cover versus Indy. Uh, Tennessee, you mentioned at minus 7.5. That feels like Houston's going to be right in there. Like it's going to be like a 3-4 point game right there down to the end. Pittsburgh, Cleveland, even though they're starting Mason Rudolph, 10 points is a lot in a division game. And Mike Tomlin had some very strong comments about how they're going in there to win. It doesn't matter who's playing, like they're going for the dub. So just some interesting big lines where I guess the teams that are getting the points aren't playing for very much, but that playing with house money is dangerous, Higgins.
Playing with house money is dangerous. You're right. It'll be very interesting to see how these NFL playoffs shake out. It'll all happen on Sunday, though. We were blessed the past couple weeks with some Saturday, Sunday, Monday. We've had some Sunday, Monday, Tuesday football. We had a Wednesday game, some great Thursday night football action, but all of week 17 comes down to Sunday. And the NFC East will be the last one that is decided, and rather fittingly for how atrociously they have played. But it'll be a very, very interesting Sunday to watch. Whether your team's in it or not, there's plenty to play for.